Hey guys, it's Maddie and welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about Done and Dusted, which is a super cute cowboy romance, and for the occasion I wore my Morgan Wallen shirt because he is one of my favorite cowboys. Anyways, let's get right into the review and my thoughts on this book. Done and Dusted is by Lyla Sage, and it is the first of a Rebel Blue Ranch novel. I know there is a second one out and the third has been announced. I don't know if it's a trilogy or if it'll be a series. In this book, we focus on Clementine Ryder. It starts off with her returning to her hometown of Meadowlark after she leaves the town for a little bit to go and take up professional barrel racing. She left behind her two brothers, Wes and Gus, and also her father on their family ranch. She also has a third honorary brother named Luke Brooks. When Emmy was away professional barrel racing, she had a freak accident that really traumatized her and caused her to pick up her whole life and move back to the family farm. She had also given up riding at that time, was just really shaken up by her accident. The day she comes back to Meadowlark, she meets up with her friend Teddy and they head out to the local bar, the Devil's Boot. And who does she meet up at the Devil's Boot? None other than Luke Brooks. Luke is 5 years older than her and is notorious for picking on her, pushing her buttons, and just pestering her. So when she walks into the bar, he immediately is drawn to her because it's been several years since they've seen each other. And there's a guy there that's kind of flirting with Emmy, and Luke has all of these emotions that are being brought up because they're not kids anymore. So he has these little jealous fits, but he's like, I can't do anything about it. That is my best friend's younger sister, and we were raised together. She's practically my sister, but that doesn't stop the feelings from manifesting. And Emmy kind of looks at him the same way, wow, this guy is really hot. He has grown up. Luke isn't that little kid that I once knew for being a total asshat and very reckless and careless. He is a mature, put together fella now, a cowboy. And then the rest of this book follows Emmy and Luke navigating their new relationship and friendship, and they spend a lot of time together because Luke is helping her gain her confidence back in the saddle and gets her back comfortable around horses again. That is basically the gist of this book. It just follows their relationships, dealing with being scared and overcoming those fears. This is such a comfort book for me. I give it 4.5 stars out of 5. There wasn't a lot of plot to it, and it was just a very comforting read. There was no third act breakup, which thank God for that, because I hate those. I hate a third act breakup. It really pisses me off, if I'm being honest. And this was just such a cute, fun, lighthearted book where you just really fall in love with the characters. And you feel really passionate about their storylines, and it didn't quite give me the 5-star feeling that I was hoping it would, but I still really, really enjoyed it. Emmy and Luke are just very mature characters. I think they're 27 and 32, and they actually act their age. They're not petty little kids who act younger than they should be, and they're very mature. They have conversations, they talk about things. Emmy actually has ADHD, and there's a little note at the beginning, an author's note, where Lyla Sage shares a bit and that she actually deals with ADHD as well. So I thought that was really cool to have that exposure in here. Luke is just a charming cowboy, who he sweeps you off your feet. You just fall in love with him right away. He is so caring and really pushes Emmy to the limits of her comfort zone and really encourages her and is very sweet and supportive. And her brothers also look out for her. We do learn a little bit about them, and I think they are the focus of the next 2 books. Emmy's dad, I love him. He is the most supporting, hardworking cowboy ever. And this book gave me such big Heartland vibes. If you watched the TV show with Amber Marshall and Graham Wardle was in it too. It gives me Ty and Amy. It's just very sweet. It's a pretty slow burn, but they're not enemies where he's mean to her or she's mean to him. They bicker and they poke fun at each other, but in a nice way. It was just such a cutesy little read. It was very quick. I think it's just over 300 pages, but like the writing is pretty big and so are the margins. So I flew through this in like 2 days because you just like get so caught up in the story. I highly, highly, highly recommend this book. I had to buy it because my library doesn't carry it. I don't know, your library might, but mine didn't, so I bought it, but I'm glad I did because I know I will go back and reread this quite a few times. Anyways, that is it for this video. It's super short and sweet, just like this book, but I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!